Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead in the kitchen today, okay? It's coming up on Easter, and Easter is associated with one of my favorite dishes. Deviled eggs, okay? Yes, I know. But, so we got our chickens, we they give us eggs, we make delicious deviled eggs with them. So we're in the kitchen today, and Angela Kay is gonna show you how she makes some fantastic, irresistible deviled eggs with crispy bacon. Okay, hold your applause, please. Here we go.
Okay, I've spared you the boring details, and I've already did most of them. But just to show you,
She boiled eggs, by the way. You can boil eggs in.
I boiled a dozen eggs. Now I'm just going to show you a method here. I'm not going to give you a ton of measurements because it depends on how many eggs you choose to use. I did boil a dozen eggs here because this is another recipe in the what to do with all these eggs series. Because this is a good use for them. So I boiled these in the Instant Pot, which is the best way to boil eggs if they're fresh eggs, because everyone who has chickens know that it's murder to peel a fresh egg. But with the Instant Pot, the peel slides right off, as you can see. It just slides right off perfectly. So now, and I also fried 6 strips of bacon till it was really crispy, and then I chopped it up. And you can do that any way you like to do it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take the egg, slice it in half, and then we'll put the yolk in this bowl, and we will put the white on the plate in a decorative fashion.
Yeah. This is a very simple recipe, good, but it's delicious. It's all about this filling, and it's really just perfect use for a ton of eggs. We opened up the fridge and had, I don't know, more a dozen eggs in there than what we care to figure out. So this is a good use for a dozen of them. We'll take this and we're just gonna eat it with a salad here in a little bit, and I'll leave some leftovers I can take to work with me for tomorrow. Selfishly.
He loves him some deviled eggs.
I can't eat enough of them.
Okay, now what you want to do, you want to take just a regular fork and you want to mash your yolks. I know some people put them in a food processor. You can do that if you want to, but to me it's just dirtying up big equipment for a job you can do with a fork. It's just easier for me just to mash it up with a fork. And you just want to make sure that it's nice and mashed up really fine.
Good and crumbly.
Nice and crumbly. Okay, now it's nice and crumbly. Now we're going to season it. Now you don't want to put in a ton of salt at this point, because you got to remember mayonnaise has salt in it. So you don't want to over season. So
and the bacon has salt.
And the bacon has salt. So you just want to add just a little bit. Just a couple little pinches of salt right now. You can always adjust later. Now, we're going to add some pepper. If you don't like pepper in your deviled eggs, then don't add it. Now, I like a little bit of extra flavor, so I'm going to add just a tiny pinch. You don't want to do much, just a tiny pinch of granulated garlic. You don't want them to be garlicky. You just want it to be a little extra something something. Now, we're going to stir all those seasonings in. And now we're going to add our mayonnaise. Now, I'm using real mayonnaise.
No, it's not real mayonnaise. No, hang on. I'm turning the camera around. I got to explain something. Look, she's not using real mayonnaise. It says real mayonnaise on it, but it's not Duke's mayonnaise. These crackheads up here quit carrying Duke's mayonnaise in the jars, okay? And so, it's just the way it is. That's the only thing in my house that's got Duke's in it is mayonnaise. Okay, everything else, no Duke. Okay, but Duke's mayonnaise is real, but this is imitation Hellman's mayonnaise. Okay, it's real mayonnaise, it says right there, but it's just on my soapbox right now. Duke's mayonnaise is the best mayonnaise. Got it?
Okay, now that he's off his soapbox and standing back firmly on the floor.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna add my mayonnaise.
Sorry for the rant. I'm just fired up.
You can. If you choose to, you can use Miracle Whip, but I would not recommend it.
No.
So I'm going to start out with a couple of good tablespoons. You don't want too much. You can always add, but you can't take away. So remember that when you're putting it in. So I'm going to mix this in, see what the consistency is like when I get this mixed in, to see if I need to add any more.
Should have had a bigger bowl.
Yes. And anybody who's been watching our videos for a while knows that I am notorious for getting bowls that are too small.
Because you can't move that for nothing.
Everybody, if you've been watching, you know that is...
Let me get you another bowl.
No, I'm fine. And I'm stubborn.
She's stubborn.
I'm extremely stubborn. You ain't never seen nobody as stubborn as me.
That's not true. That's not true. She ain't that bad.
Okay, we need a little bit more mayonnaise.
Some more mayonnaise.
So we're going to add another good tablespoon of mayonnaise.
Yes, about
because you want it to be creamy.
Yep.
But you don't want it to be loose.
No, it need to be, yeah, makes sense.
You don't want it to be loose and runny, which if you add too much mayonnaise, you will get to that point. But you want it to be, you want it to have some body to it.
Yeah.
And I think we're almost there.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm going to add just about a half a tablespoon more.
Maybe.
And then I'm going to go ahead and switch to the spoon to finish mixing it up, because I don't think I will need any more mayonnaise after that.
No more. You're good there.
And please, people, get the right size bowl.
This is the small bowl. Get just a size up.
Get the next size up. If you have these stainless steel stackable bowls, get the next size up.
It's funny.
Okay. Now, we're going to add our bacon. And then we will taste it to see if we need to add some more salt and pepper. Look at all that bacon.
Pretty. I like the color of the yolks, personally. It's a good looking color of the mix, because the yolks are such a good color.
Some people add mustard.
Don't. No.
If that is your tradition.
Don't make me rant again. I got two things to rant on right here.
You can add mustard.
And don't, please, don't add the dang pickle relish to it.
Some people like pickle relish in it.
Oh, don't do that to me.
With the bacon, I'm not real sure. I would recommend pickle relish with it with the bacon.
It's valid anyway. But no
so now we're going to taste it and see. I'll let Jason taste it.
It's a good idea.
And see if it has enough salt and pepper.
Let's go. That's gonna be good.
Okay. Now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Get them done.
Now, you may have never seen very many people do this, but this is just a me thing. I want my whites to taste like something too. So I just sprinkle just a tiny itty bitty bit of salt in the hole. Just a very, very minute bit, but just enough to bring out the flavor of that white.
Adds a layer of flavor, correct?
Yes, just enough to just add a little bit of something, something.
Now look, if you're not using homegrown, backyard eggs, you may not actually have flavor in the whites. These whites have flavor.
These have flavor.
These do actually have flavor, so.
Okay, now from here, you can do this multiple ways to fill your eggs. You can put this into a bag and pipe it in there. You can do several different ways. You can put it in a piping bag and all this stuff.
Piping may not work as well with bacon.
This is what I do. I just do a spoon and spoon method, where you just take it, drop it down. You just spoon up some like this. You put it over your egg and push it off with the other spoon.
Yep.
And that's the way I fill them. It's just the easiest way to fill them. And I'll be back once I get all these filled and show you what I do next. Okay, now we've stuffed all these beautiful eggs.
thoroughly stuffed.
Yeah, they're thoroughly stuffed. So now,
There's a few over here left.
Yeah, I'm gonna top them off with a little sprinkle of paprika. And I don't like the way paprika sprinkles out of a shaker. It just sprinkles way too much. It clumps. So I've put some out of my hand. And I'm just gonna use my fingers and just kind of sprinkle over. Just give it a good little sprinkle. It'll add a little bit of flavor. If you don't like paprika on them, then don't do it.
I suppose you could use smoked paprika if you want to, but
you really don't need it with the smoky bacon.
But you wouldn't need it. I mean, no, that's what.
Not with the smoky bacon.
As I assume you could, but.
And see, it's just a little something something.
But, and yeah, you should have paprika on it. I'm a deviled egg connoisseur. You should have paprika on it.
Okay, now Jason can do the tasting for you because this puppy's done.
Wow. Do me a favor, if you make them, just tell me where you're at. I'll come down to your house and eat about half a dozen for you. Okay? That's right here. One of my favorite dishes probably ever.
Is it a holy heck?
It's a holy heck. It's a holy heck. That's one of my favorite dishes ever. It's delicious. I understand everybody's got their preferences on deviled eggs, whatever. These are better. So we appreciate you guys watching. Leave us a comment below. Let us know you're watching. We appreciate to know who's actually there watching, and because we like to know your name. We'll pray for you just when we pray daily, and we do appreciate y'all watching. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.